you appreciate the value of an old thing. You like a little mix of vintage in your home decorating, but how do you spot a secondhand score that you'll love forever? Getting that item you will love forever can take a keen eye, and it can also take some personal restraint. Cami Packer recently published her rules for effective thrifting, and we asked her to be our guide today. It's so great to have you.
It's so great to be here.
I'm going to embarrass Cami for a minute, so you can roll your eyes and you can turn a little bit red, because I've known Cami forever and a day, but in the last just several years, you've started to share your homemaking heart on Instagram, and you quickly become one of my favorite influencers.
That's so nice.
And I know that's not what you set out to be or aspire to, but every time she posts, my sisters and I are on the phone like, did you see what Cami shared?
Oh, that's so nice. You guys are the best.
And part of that sharing is your thrifting journey, and I love that you have an eye for this. How did you stumble into, I've never asked you, how did you stumble into like the estate sales, the thrift shops? How did that become your passion?
It started about when I was getting ready to go to college. I thought, oh, I'll find some things that are necessary, and I didn't really find a lot of like necessities, but I did find a lot of fun things.
Extras.
Yes,
a lot of extras.
And once I started, I was just hooked. I've always been drawn to that old-fashioned grandma's house feel.
Yes.
And I love that these thrifted treasures remind me of like the simplicity and the gratitude and the industry of the past homemakers of the past.
Well, every item that you bring into your home, and I know you believe this and you feel this, creates a feel. Like it creates a vibe, and you describe yourself as an old soul who appreciates that, the warmth and the history that comes with these purchases. How much of your home would you say is thrifted?
Well, there are definitely things that I don't buy thrifted, but decorations, almost 100% thrifted.
Really? All of your decor coming in
it.
thrifted. So there's the jewel, and we get so excited when we find the jewel, and then there's the junk. Let's be honest.
Yes.
That sometimes we're still attracted to for strange reasons,
so
but don't deserve a place in our home. And you kind of put a list to this process, like rules, self-imposed rules that you follow when you shop. And the first rule, there's kind of a time stamp. Like if I would have loved it then, 15 years ago in fact, then I'm gonna love it now.
Yeah. And I think these are the things that are the classics for me. Like white milk glass vases, I've always loved. Cool baskets, I've always loved. Embroidered aprons, hand-embroidered aprons, really anything handmade. I've always loved. Kitchen items, I've always loved. And then steak plates, I have a collection of those, and that's been really fun to find.
So it's that test of time, because I think it's so wise. Our preferences change too.
Yes.
Right? So that's your standard. If I would have loved it 15 years ago, I'm gonna probably love it forever.
Yeah.
And then you kind of keep a running list, like a mental list of things that you're looking for when you shop?
I always have a mental list going of things that I know will be appreciated in my home. And so the last couple of months, I've found everything on my list, so I've got to come up with a new one.
Is there anything on your list now that you're hunting for? Give us an example.
I'm trying to think. I did just find this old Windsor chair over here. We found it on the side of the highway.
You did not.
I know, yes.
You were like, pull over now.
It is. My husband ran out and grabbed it because he knew I'd love it, and I just think anything, if you know you want it, it finds its way to you in the weirdest ways, most unexpected ways.
I think that's so fun. So that was on your mental list, that darling chair. And when you saw it, you grabbed it.
I grabbed it.
And then it becomes a celebration, like every time you see it in your home. And there's a story. Remember when we were driving down the road and we saw that chair on the side of the freeway? You have a mantra, and I admire this so much. And the word admire is actually in the mantra. I can admire it without acquiring it.
Yes. This is from Michael Lynn Smith. You might know her as the Nester. But she said this once, and I've internalized it not only when I'm thrifting, but regular shopping too.
Yeah.
You don't, just because it's cute doesn't mean you necessarily need to have it in your home.
See, this is where I go wrong on so many levels. Thrifting and beyond. Like, we see it in the store and we think it's great, but we don't have to have it.
Yes, yes. You can pick it up and admire it and think, oh, this is so cute, and then set it down. You've had a moment with it. You can move on.
You had a shared space. You gave it your love and affection.
Yes, exactly.
Can you think of anything that you've seen recently in the store and you thought, oh my gosh, I love that, but it's not quite right for my home. So I love you. I'm walking away.
Yes. I did find a cute little platter. It was really cute. I just didn't think I could really give it the love it deserved.
There you go. There you go. So someone else gets to bring that home. If everything is special, nothing is special.
Yes.
This is also a good mantra to keep in mind.
I do think about this one too. I went to an estate sale recently, and this lady had all these cute nutcrackers, and she had 2 boxes packed full of nutcrackers.
That was her collection.
And so I found one. My 6-year-old boy loves nutcrackers. I found one that I thought he would like, and they kept saying, oh, take more, take more. And I thought, if I brought home 20 nutcrackers, we're all going to be overwhelmed by this, and none of them will be special and cherished. And I think if the things in your home aren't cherished and special, you may have too much.
More is not always more.
Yeah.
So now this Nutcracker becomes a specialty guy.
Yes.
We're excited when we pull him out. He might have a few friends, but he doesn't have a shelf full of friends. I like that. I like that. I own my things don't own me.
Yes. Every time I pick up something at the thrift store, I think, will I be blessed or by this item? I want the things that I bring home to just be in the background of my family as we're growing and living there. I don't want them to compete for my energy or attention. So if I feel like it's getting too much, I can pack up the things I have and send them back to the thrift store.
Yes, that is so wise as well. We love a good statement piece. At the same time, I so appreciate what you're saying. Like, it should be part of the home, not part of the focus, right?
Yes,
like the focus is the family and what's happening.
Exactly.
And I think especially with thrifted items, it can easily get cluttered or too busy.
Yes.
So that probably helps you edit as well.
Yes, it definitely does.
Let's talk about some general tips for how to be successful and find what we really, really want. Because I think walking away, there's that side of the game, right? Where we have to know when to walk away. But we also have to know when to jump and to put our cash on the table and invest. So the first thing you say is to stop by the thrift store often.
Yes, stop by as much as you can. And you probably won't find something every time. You shouldn't find something every time, but you should go and see what's rare, what's common to find, and then also what good prices are.
So you know what you're paying and if it's appropriate.
Yes.
You set a spending limit every time you visit the store when you're planning to shop or planning to buy.
Yes, I do. I like to set a spending limit. Mine is $5. I suggest going on the low end just so that you are mindful about what you're throwing in your cart.
Yes.
You should never have a cart full of stuff at the thrift store. There's just no circumstance where that would be needed.
It's a treasure hunt.
It's a treasure hunt. You should find a couple things. And if I go over my limit, but I still feel like all those things are going to be good in my home, then I'm fine going over my limit.
See, you've created this dialogue with yourself. I love that. Like, I have $5, and if there's more than $5 in my cart, I'm really going to have to earn it.
You're going to have to, make sure it's really worth it.
I'm doing that mental check. And this is so smart as well. You look for seasonal colors, not seasonal decor.
Yes. It's rare to find cute seasonal decor, but the colors are everywhere. My favorite way to do that is with old books. There are the best colors on the covers of books, and I think a rich fall painting from the thrift store with some fall colored books says welcome fall just as well as any sign from a home decor store can say.
And for a lot less money.
Yes.
Inspiration to shop the thrift store and shop it smartly. And to that color point, it stuck with me, and I'm sure I've recited it many times on the show, but our original party contributor, Lisa Bangeter, once says if it's red and you love it, go for it, because Valentine's, 4th of July, Christmas, that kind of speaks to what you're saying. Like, get smart with the colors, not necessarily.
And then it goes all year.
The motif. Yes. All right, Cami, you know how much I adore you. Thank you so much. Can we follow along and learn more from you?
Yes.
What's your handle?
Camilla J. Packer on Instagram.
Camilla J. Packer. You'll be glad you gave her a follow. I love what you're sharing and putting out. So thanks for sharing with us today.